Yo, what's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine. So I watched a show over the weekend, Netflix You season two. I watched season one. I really enjoyed it, and they dropped season two. Maybe I guess last week, and so I went ahead and watched it over the weekend. I really enjoyed it, and so I want to go ahead and do a review for it. But before I do that, I got an intro. All right, I'm back. So watch You season two. This show, man, this show is something else. Okay, so You is it sets up like a romance drama, like a like something you'll watch on a WB or something where you got all these good looking 20 something actors that's it's like, it's set up like a teen soap opera pretty much, and it takes a turn for the worse. It takes a real dark turn because your main character is Joe Goldberg. Joe Goldberg is this nice this nice guy that likes to he works in a bookstore, and he has a very non-threatening look, a very non-threatening demeanor. He's like that he's like that nice guy that's super polite, always rarely says no, don't, always comply with you, always willing to meet you halfway or whatever. Um, Joe Goldberg is the guy next door. And then you find this out early on in the series that he's a stalker, he possibly a murderer. He is a and this is the thing. The way they present it, they don't make it seem sadistic. It is, but they don't make it seem that way because he justify everything in his head. And then you like, what is he doing? He does crazy things where he will, and he's narrating too. It's like it's like in a monologue in his head. Um, when he's seeing somebody he like, he tried to get to know them, and it's kind of funny because I think some people do things like this, but this is way to the extreme. Well, the first thing they do, and it's a look at social media too, because first thing he does is go to their social media, go to their Facebook, go and find out things about them, and people do that anyway. But they take this to the extreme where he will follow that person, he will stalk that person. So once he fall in love with somebody, he fall in love so hard that he's kind of obsessed with them. But in his mind, he just being a nice guy. So it's like being a nice guy to the extreme where when somebody got somebody like bad in their life or something, he'll follow them and see somebody bad in their life. Well, let me get rid of that person for them. like Joe he's crazy. It's kind of hard watching this because you start to be on his side sometimes because he's such a nice guy, and you kind of don't want him to. You want him to get the girl, but you're like, wait a minute, this dude is a stalker psycho. It's a crazy show like that, man, where it's from a point of view of somebody that's should be the villain, but he's actually your main character, And it's not like Dexter, because Dexter, he knows he's evil. It's similar to Dexter, but it's a little different because Dexter is pretty much like, I'm evil and I know it, but I just take out bad guys. Um, Joe don't have no intentions on hurting anybody. It just ends up that way. you know, um, and it's crazy. So season two, and like I said, season one, he had found somebody he fell in love with, and he stalked him and did all this stuff. So that ended it. That ended. Um, that person ended up dying. So moving on, season two, he goes to another city and he's up to the same tricks. Found a girl that he's obsessing over, and he's doing the same thing. So you want to say he's trying to change too. That's the thing. If you follow him the first season, you'll say, man, this dude can't be out there. So he go to the next city, and then you thinking, okay, well, he's trying to change. He's not stalking people. He's trying to stay away from people. He's trying to stay away from this girl that he obsessing over. First thing he start having fantasies about him, and then he'll start trying to, like, next thing he just start running into her randomly, but not really random because he been following that person. And so now he's like, you know what? I'm going to stay away from this person. I'm not going to turn to my old self. That shit ended bad. I'm not going to do that. But it was like things in the show that was too much of a coincidence that made me say, okay, nah, I don't see that happening. But they kind of explain it towards the end. Nothing was a coincidence. It's things that seemed like a coincidence, but it was things that people was doing to make things happen. That's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to spoil anything. But the ending of this season, I don't know if you're gonna go with it or not, but I was kind of calling bullshit. I was kind of calling bullshit what they did. They did something at the end where they gave you a reveal, and that reveal kind of make you say, nah. No, dude, I can't go with that because the coincidence is a little too much, and just to believe that it will end like that just make you say, no way, no way. And that's all I'm gonna say about the ending. It was still a good show. If you like, if you like these like teen or not, I'll say romance movies and TV shows and soap operas, you like this. And if you don't like the romance movies and soap operas, you still gonna like this because of the twist they take. So they got all the tropes that's in those romantic movies and TV shows, but they twist it up so much that you be like, okay, I'm interested in that. It ain't just boy meets girl, boy gets girl. It's boy meets girl, boy stalks girl, and boy. And then, and you know what? Also, like, they kind of show some people being in a real. They show how real people can be. Well, when I say real, I mean they show the bad side, and not just Joe, but of other people. Like, okay, like basically everybody present themselves a certain way on Facebook, on social media, and things like that. But how are they really? Joe kind of finds out how people really are besides how they present themselves because he do be with them all the time. He follow them and stalk them. And I ain't saying it's a good thing, but I'm saying that kind of lets you know how a person can make it seem like they this cool person and they that, and you find out, oh, they really on some extra shit. Like on season 1, the girl made it on Facebook, made it seem like she was just she's an author and she's an innocent girl, but come to find out she was kind of a hoe. And Joe's like, oh, I'm cool with that. I can help her. I can help her stop sleeping with all these guys. It's funny. Excuse me. But I do like the realness of everybody's not perfect. Even though they put out on social media that they all good or whatever, and at some point you see, oh, these people are very flawed, and the people around them, you be like, okay, it's certain friends that these people have that you be like, okay, well, I ain't gonna be too mad if he get rid of this person. But no, it was a good show, man. Season 2 is good, just as good as season 1. They take this twist at the end. Now I don't know if you be on board for it, if anybody would be on board for it, but take it with a grain of salt. But season 2 was good, man. I recommend anybody watching this. I think if you start watching it, you're gonna get hooked. You ain't gonna be able to just watch the episode and then you're gonna want to watch the next episode. So it's a good show. Give my rating of approval. I like yeah. And yeah, so that's my rating. My rating, actually I'm gonna give it a rating. My rating is I give it a dope. My rating scale goes from epic to hot garbage, and somewhere in the middle you got dope and whack and all right. This I give it a dope. I didn't give it an epic because I mean I enjoyed it. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. My epics are those are rare. So giving it a dope is a good rating. It is actually, like I said, it's a good watch, and I think anybody could be hooked on it because you can't. When you see one episode, you got to see that next episode. Just because you got to see what Joe's about to do. Joe's a nutcase, and it's just like, what is he gonna do next? And then you find yourself rooting for him, and you're like, wait a minute, this dude's a psycho. I can't root for him, but still, it's a good show. So, all right, thanks for checking out the video. Please subscribe to the channel, man. I need to get the subscriptions up. Working on that. So please subscribe to the channel and yeah, and I'm out of here. Peace. Be easy.